Now, we saw the House in the last session not fund DHS all the way through. They're going
Correct.
We're going to revisit that in February. Do you think that was the right move to make, and how should the Democrats respond to this?
Well, not funding DHS obviously singled out one particular department, and that was a political move, in my opinion. It had nothing to do with the country moving forward as a whole. I think that it might even hinder our ability to make sure that our borders are secured, like we've done a tremendous job so far. And those are the kinds of things that we need to stop doing here in Congress. Let's not do things from a political vantage point. Let's look at it from a policy vantage point, roll up our sleeves and try to do the right thing. Hopefully we can get down to doing that in this session.
What do you think of the effort possibly to roll back some of President Obama's executive action?
I think that the president is committed to seeing that through, and I think that there are enough members of Congress that will fight that. And I think the Republicans have to be very careful about the pressure from the bottom up. There are a lot of Latinos in everybody's districts now, and I think that they can't ignore that growing voice that says this is the right thing to do. And it'll be at their peril to try to scale that back or cut that back.
Do you think it was right for the president to do it without Congress?
Well, the president acted under his legal authority, and there's lots of precedent of prior administrations, both Republican and Democratic, having used their executive power to do this. I think it was absolutely the right thing to do and the right time to do it.
Would you support some limitations to the president's executive action as a condition to get DHS funding when it's up for reauthorization in February?
I don't think that's necessary. When you look at the presidents who have taken action over the last decades and since we've had our balance of power and our Constitution in this country, the president does know their bounds, and it's very, very seldom that a president actually crosses the line and is successfully sued. So the bottom line is, I think that balance is already set in the Constitution. I don't think that we need to go any further. I think that this president did, in fact, make a careful and methodical action with his executive actions on immigration. Now, it's important for us to understand that we are different branches of government. We all have to respect our limitations. I think the president has, in fact, fallen within his jurisdiction on that.
I felt that for them to only fund us through February was a political maneuver on their part. But there's no doubt in my mind now that with a new group of people coming in to work with Speaker Boehner, that this can be resolved in a good way for our country.
Would you support any limitations on the president's executive action as a condition to get the DHS funding reauthorized in February?
Those are political maneuvers that I don't get involved in. I do what is best for our country, what's best for our state of Texas, and what's best for my congressional district.